welcome. We have a sneak peek here. We have something special from Ginko Synthese. I'm here with Jan Willem from Ginko. And we have here some new sequencer. And some really nice sequencer. And it can do really a lot of crazy stuff. Yes, Jan Willem. Tell me a little bit about it. Why are you making a sequencer?
Well, it's not a straight-on step sequencer like all the other sequencers on the market. It's a kind of floating sequencer, which is not every step is another on another note. It's just like it calculates the timing between different voltages, and then you can manipulate it on different ways.
All right. So you can do some crazy tricks and some IDM, complexer rhythms and sounds.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we have it, of course, without the front panel. We see a lot of jack downstairs. Is these two knobs over here, what they do?
This one is a start point, and it's CV controllable by this CV input.
All right.
This one is play length, the amount of steps, and that one is CV controllable by this CV input. And this is the standard CV input for running the sequencer, and this is the CV input for the offset, and this is the offset of the CV output, and here you have a range output, so you can go from a big range or a smaller range for the notes.
And this is for all the steps, the amount of this.
And these are just like an 8-step sequencer with every step has a pitch.
Okay. Okay, it needs a clock, so it needs always an LFO. It has also a clock by themselves.
No, it has. It's connected to the top tempo LFO, and so the clock is calculated in the top tempo LFO into a sequence for the sequencer.
All right. So it's a kind of complex expander.
Exactly.
If you want to have the top LFO, but if you don't have a top LFO and you have just a Doepfer LFO, can you still use this?
Yes, for sure.
That's really cool.
Then it's synced to the LFO of the Doepfer, but then it's maybe more interesting to use an ADSR. So you can trigger an ADSR, and the ADSR is controlling the sequencer. So you can.
From the envelope.
Exactly. So you can use the envelope of an ADSR, and then from there you can trigger the ADSR on a clock, for example, and then you can get really weird sequences out.
Sounds really cool. Maybe we can listen a little bit to it, because I'm wondering how it sounds and how it goes a little bit with the LEDs.
Yes, what I put in now is just a straightforward sawtooth. So the sequence is quite straightforward. So that's the easiest way to start to explain.
All right.
So if I'm now 8 steps, mode 1.
Really cool.
And I can, there are 2 modes on it. So this is mode 1 and mode 2.
The difference between those modes.
I will stop it now.
Yep.
Mode 1 is actually it's calculating the time between the steps from the end, the space between in voltage between every step calculated over 8 steps, but then it calculated back to the play length. So for example, if you have a play length of 3, you will hear 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. So then it calculates the amount of steps till it reaches the 8 steps. So the timing between each step stays the same. Well, mode 2 is actually a division of time. So it's like so 8 steps, for example, goes 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and if you have 3, then it goes in the same period as it goes to 8. It goes to 3. So it's 1 2 3.
All right.
So if you have 4 steps, it goes 1 2 3 4. and it's the same time.
Yeah, it's
so
the kind
the
of different
timing
rhythm between
exactly.
the space. All right.
Exactly.
Cool. Now we heard that it was in braids. I think in plug mode or some
Yes.
car plus algorithm. I see you go like round like this, like 8 steps.
Yes.
You can also, because the mode is over here, you can also start somewhere else.
Yes. For example, I put it in mode 2, and I put a very fast. So here you see it's very fast. So I don't know if it's
yeah, we see the LED really blinking.
Okay. So now this is step 1, and you can run from here. And it warps around the start point, so you can.
It's also somehow some wave shaping.
No, actually, it can go into audio range, but then it's a kind of oscillator.
Yeah,
kind of, yes. So then you can use the output from the CV output. You can use it as an audio source.
Okay, it's a digital model. Like a lot of models of you, it's based on Atmega, I think.
Yes, this is a digital chip, but the digital chip is only calculating the timing between the steps.
Okay.
So the rest is all analog. So there's what you do on the potentiometer is just analog. The output is going via this circuit, and then into an op-amp for buffering, and so
you don't lose the power of your
exactly
amount of control voltage.
Exactly. So in here, this part is all analog, but the calculation from the CV input into all these steps, it's digital in here.
Yeah. Great. I think it's also something we missed. There are, of course, a lot of sequencers, but this is somehow also simple, because, but also complex because it can do really weird things. But usability is quite simple. There are no expanders that make it really expensive. What's the street price gonna be? What do you think about it?
I will sell it as DIY kit as well.
Yes.
The DIY kit price is €120.
And that's included VAT and the street price.
It's because I ship a lot of outside Europe, so my prices are always exclusive VAT,
right.
because otherwise it depends on where you are and where you live in the world.
120x for the DIY kit.
Yes.
Is it available as the assembled version also?
Not yet.
Not yet, but
it will be.
It will be.
Yes.
And then we talk about 30, 40 euros more.
Exactly.
Yes.
So around €150 it will be as ready-made.
That's really good price for what you get. I think really nice to have a sequencer in this price range that can do so much and in this quality. It's gonna be with the same style that you have before, like this aluminium front panels.
Yes, it will get an aluminium front
like
panel.
this that you have here from Great. We know, of course, the top LFO and some sample slicers.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be look like that.
Exactly. So the front panels are now in the factory. So for now, I just have
it's
this.
just a sneak peek, and we're just
Exactly.
wondering what are we doing and what is coming next. And okay, yeah, it looks cool. Well, thank everybody for watching. Thank Jan Willem. Let's make some sound. It's really like a musical scale. It's still on. A musical scale. Sometimes I hear some Asian sounds, also some Spanish guitars, and it's also the choice of the sounds, but also the rhythm, how it goes. And it's you have with quickly you have something really musical in your hand. Like then it sounds quickly very good. And of course that's always with a sequencer. But yeah, cool, good job. Okay, ciao.